city, convenience stores like CVS, or convenience stores, or Walgreens, which are there, they kind of have to house their certain products like shampoo, soap, even toiletries at times in locked cabinets. So I think with the raiding and the riots that went on in the pandemic, it kind of, stores reacted, to that activity and realized they had to lock up a lot more. They've had things locked before, like electronics and stuff like that. That's more the norm. Luckily today, they might have been stocking or what have you, or they might get tired, because this CVS here that I just went to isn't that bad, other than they know how to play the music. I call it CIA locations will play music on purpose that are deeply meaningful to a target. So they had Adele. It's kind of a send-off song. I wish the best for you, that kind of thing, which is like a goodbye, sad send-off song, a sign-off to someone. Those kinds of songs can make a depressed person even more depressed. Or if Adele were to remind you of a really good friend of yours, or someone who's very similar, or someone who's someone who's been sort of handling a situation for you, or it's like that person's not allowed to go anywhere, in fact, say you met a new friend and you're all excited because the friend is like kind of awesome. Like, great, I met someone who's like on the same wavelength, everything's cool, nobody's being a controlling jackass or anything like that, right? No one's a gang stalker or an orchestrated individual, no one plays games or thinks they know everything, that kind of thing. And you're like, and that person invites you, to a dinner, with like a couple other people who she knows or whatever. And go out to the free, the big gigantic dog park. It's fenced in out in New Jersey. I don't know the name of it, I keep forgetting, but on the way out there, you would pass a Wawa and also a big sign that says Jesus saves and stuff like that. At least that's the route she took. But anyway, I'm just giving a hypothetical situation. But say you're like, and you feel relief, like, thank God, because maybe you experienced something life-altering and you really needed someone who was normal to come into your life, someone who's supportive and friendly and not messed up, Anyway, all of a sudden, you're kind of like relieved, this person, at least they're there, a friend to reach out to. Then all of a sudden you're at Whole Foods and you're about to exit through the sliding glass doors, and you get a text at the same time saying, oh, I just got a job. Oh, there's a lab in there. I just got a job at I'm moving, I'm leaving. It's very quick, like, I'm leaving, I'm going to, say, Seattle or whatever. I accepted a new job, and we'll have to get together. I actually helped her move and pack. So another bug there. And it was kind of sad to see her go, unless she had to move, because the situation in Philadelphia was so bad, and maybe she showed up in my life on purpose to figure out how to fix things from 3,000 miles away or more. How many miles out to the West Coast from here? So it's possible. In order to save your own life, you have to help someone from a very remote location, so as not to be targeted by the same people. Oops, I found a bee or a wasp here near all these plants on Cater. So it's possible that could be the case, someone like me is like, someone please be a hero and show up and actually, quote unquote, borderline kind of rescue me, and at least serve as a healthy presence and a safe presence in my life. But people are too afraid. My situation was, and still is to an extent, because people are trying to work out the kinks. And we mean that literally. There are people who have a serious problem in the sky. We're talking about people who have a lot of money and or a lot of abilities that most people walking this face of the earth don't even know people have. Which is why we have, you know, sadly, people pushed into the corner of conspiracy. I experienced this and I don't know why. And no one wants to deal with it because most people want to be able to live their lives, have a fairly decent time every day, not be depressed or wrangled into like strange theories about Area 51 or whatever. The thing is, if you wind up experiencing something and you can't prove it, you're kind of forced into conspiracy land. You're like, I don't want to be part of this group, but I don't know what to say. So about what I've experienced. And there are people who were forced, I believe, to move 3,000 or 5,000, however how many thousand miles it takes to get all the way to the west coast from the tip of the east coast. Complete opposite ends of the earth. In order to